Hello, my friends. Here is the ask and the task for this week, for week 5. And I got interrupted, so I'm just going to finish the end, what I wanted to say about the stories that I was telling and what the meaning is. And by the way, let's see if you can see, I'm out walking with my dog. My heart said, take a long walk and breathe in and breathe out and just find everything along the way that makes your cork float. Anything that just feels good. Just anything you can see that makes you smile, notice it. So I've just been noticing all the amazing berries. Like there are all these amazing berries that are like red and orange, and then all of these grasses that have beautiful plumes on them, and then all the different kinds of evergreen. And I just passed a holly tree, and it just beautiful, all these amazing colors and textures and shapes, and oh, it's incredible. And enjoying all the different houses. And so I'm just letting myself enjoy all the things that are showing up. And I want to give you the sort of the reason I was telling those stories about Dr. King as a young man on the bus, being able to see himself not as the finite body, seeing himself sitting in the front of the bus, not just seeing himself there, but actually embodying the energy of that. And then Frederick Douglass embodying the energy of being free, and Harriet Tubman embodying the energy of fearless, see what needs to happen and just do it. And what the three of them have in common, there are several things. What's coming first to mind that they have in common is that after they had an epiphany, a moment of exquisite like clarity, where they really, maybe not consciously, but their soul, their spirit, like their truth, understood itself. And from that moment on, their lives were never the same. After that moment when Dr. King was sitting at his kitchen table having a cup of coffee, and he said, I can't do this myself. And he invited God. He was a Baptist minister. That might not work for everybody, but that's what Dr. King called it. He invited God, the Holy Spirit. And he heard that voice, and he felt all the fear leave his body. Frederick Douglass, same thing. He said, no matter what happens, I'm free. If I die, I'm free. If something else happens, I'm free. Harriet Tubman, same thing. I'm free. And after these experiences, all three of them devoted their lives to freedom. They didn't say, okay, I got this really great epiphany. I've had this amazing experience. I'm out of here. I'm going to go take care of myself and have the life I've always wanted. I'm not a slave anymore. I'm out. That wasn't what they chose. The same truth that arose in them and enabled, facilitated that transformational experience. That same energy is what they carried forward into all of everything they did from that moment forward. So as we know Dr. King's accomplishments and the efforts that he made for his whole life until as you know, he was shot in Memphis because he was there supporting a sanitation workers union. So he never stopped. Harriet Tubman never stopped. She was, 90 years old, still doing everything she could to support the people that she had brought to freedom. This was way after the Emancipation Proclamation. She just never stopped. Frederick Douglass, same thing. He never stopped reinventing himself. One of the biggest scandalous things he did was after the death of his wife of 44 years, a woman of color, he married a white woman because his point was, it isn't about color. Let's get over this thing. Let's really be free. Let's live this thing. And Dr. King was saying the same thing. And Harriet Tubman was saying the same thing. So they never, the freedom that they allowed to take over their life never left them. They just kept expressing it in bigger, more amazing ways over and over and over again. So what our ask and task for the week is for us to visit inside of ourselves. This is something that you're going to need 15 minutes. And that's, you could use as much time as you want, but 15 minutes is just gauge for that. And you're going to begin with the breath practice. So that beautiful, deep, soft, and delicious breath, and really slow down that exhale breath. So begin with like 6 rounds of deep, soft, delicious breath. And the first thing that you're going to write, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. I also always recommend like a glass of water. You need something to just allow you to refresh yourself. So the first thing you're going to write on your piece of paper, you're going to write down 3 statements that represent perhaps the reason that you started doing spirit-guided fitness to begin with. 3 obstacles, 3 difficulties, 3 challenges, 3 representative thoughts of what littleness shows up, 3 fears, 3 ways in which you have resisted getting bigger, 3 things that get in your way. Maybe there are, for instance, you could say, I don't like the way I feel in my body. I'm very, unsatisfied with how my body feels. Then you could say, anytime I've ever tried to exercise, I've always quit. I have never been able to follow through on exercise. And then maybe another one could be, I compare myself to other people and always find myself wanting. Or I compare myself to other people and find myself judging other people and it doesn't feel good. And so there are so many variations on how we have used the experience of embodiment to feel bad. So I want you to identify the 3 ways that you have been using this experience of embodiment to feel bad. Make sure you're breathing in and you're breathing out. So you're going to write those, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And then you're going to do another round of breath. And really take your time on this one. What you're going to do in your next round of breath is you're going to be looking at each of those statements that you made. I'm afraid that I'll never be able to follow through on my fitness goals, or I'm angry that I have a chronic health condition, or I'm sad that I didn't start taking better care of myself when I was younger. So let's say those are the 3 things. You're going to go into a deep, soft, delicious breath, and then you're going to ask your true self. And the true self, the self that is free already. Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King and Frederick Douglass, Hey, Leroy. That's Leroy going to say hi to somebody. All three of them were always free. And their circumstances gave them an opportunity to have that experience and feel the feeling and live it. And so we're not free. We are free. That's the premise of Spirit Guided Fitness, that we are already spirit. We're not trying to make ourselves something, because we are already that. What we're really doing, just like Dr. King, Frederick Douglass, and Harriet Tubman, we're releasing the limitations. We're letting our circumstances, the difficulties, the challenges, the things that have showed up that have really upset us, made us, feel small. We're using those to push, to crack the shell. That's the word. We're breaking the egg, the shell that we've kept ourselves tightly in. We're going to use the things that we have been upset about to bring us to our truth. So you're going to take some beautiful deep breaths, and then you're going to sit and consider each of those statements one at a time. And you're going to invite Spirit, which is you, which is your truth, who you truly are, to give you the truth about each of those statements. So that's our ask and our task for this week. So we're going to take this further, and I'll touch in with everybody in a few days. So first, let me give you time to kind of digest this and take this in, make time to do it, and then we're going to take it yet another step. But first, allow yourself to be open to what your true self knows about each of the things that you identify as a limitation or something that's difficult for you. I love you. I love you so much. And as always, you can email me directly. You can call me. You can post on the Facebook page, although I haven't been on that Facebook page for a while because I'm just not a social media person, but I love our page. Love our page. I do. I don't go anywhere else. I just go right to our page. So anyway, if you need me, reach out to me. And, just one other thing I want to say about the clarity sessions that I've been offering. I spoke with somebody who said they didn't really understand what that was about, and I totally get that. I wasn't very clear. So the clarity sessions are about, they started from my Healing with Ancestors practice, because I do one-on-one sessions with people all around their ancestral lineage and the healing, and going deeply into things that are coming up in their lives, and how their ancestors hold a lot of the keys to the untangling of some of this stuff. But a clarity session that I'm offering is an opportunity to ask anything that you want to know, like anything that you want some more clarity about around the stuff that we're dealing with in Spirit Guided Fitness. We can go into like a little mini Healing with Ancestors session, or a little mini true self, because it's really always about our true self. We can go into a little short true self meditation or access, where the two of us together will access this truth. And a lot of things come to light. Sometimes, it's nice to have another person to say, here's what I'm grappling with. And then we tune in together, and I can ask you some questions, and through asking questions and you contemplating and answering, we can move some stuff out of the way. We can start to clear some stuff. So that's what the clarity sessions are. Totally optional. It's also a chance for me to get to know you better, but totally optional. So just in case you were like, what the heck is she talking about? That's what a clarity session is. I will post a link to that to my scheduler page, and you can schedule one for yourself if you're interested. Okay, peace, love, and blessings, and enjoy your time doing this exercise. It's amazing. I did it. It's amazing. Really, your true self is the bomb.com. Okay, love you. Bye.